is something pretty remarkable.
This is my movie.
These are our stories.
I am Real Works.
Are you recording right now?
It ruined my life because I lost my mother.
We were really at the age where it was going to affect us the most.
Listen to my story.
This is my story.
Get inspired by us teens.
This is where I can tell my story. Where teens from New York are given a voice. This is Real Works.
Welcome to Real Works. I'm Byron. This week, 3 stories about teens, sex, and consequences. In our first story, filmmaker Patricia starts the discussion about what is gained and what is lost when teens lose their virginity.
Sex to me means love, it means the connection, it means you're making love.
Teenagers like sex.
Now that I've tasted the honey, I want the hive.
Girls want to have it, guys want to have it. You know, it's like Pokemon cards back in the day.
You did the one step up from masturbation.
It feels good, like physically, it feels really good.
I totally have a tattoo on my butt that says sex in Chinese. Sex became a huge issue for me when I got into a serious relationship. It was something some of my friends did and were starting to do. It was something I didn't do. Almost all of my friends have sex. I actually had trouble finding virgins to interview.
Sex is like giving your entire self to someone, and I think that someone has to be someone you actually love and someone who cares for you.
There was a time when everybody, me and my friends, were all like, yeah, girls, yeah. We're dating like 3 girls a week and, you know, making out all over the place with all these chicks. And then after a while, I don't know, all my friends started to have sex, and I was like, man, this isn't, I don't know, I really don't want to have sex with these girls.
For a while, I was totally ready to have sex because I was with this guy who I'd been with for a while, and we ended up not doing it. Looking back, I kind of am happier about that. Just kind of gives me something to hold on to that some of my friends don't have anymore.
Well, if you were with her for so long, what do you think kept you from doing it while you did think you wanted?
He kind of said no. I've always sort of wondered what my first time will be like. So instead of going out and just having sex, I live my life vicariously through my friends.
A girl that I knew but I never hooked up with before, and are you recording right now? And we were drunk, and I'll say we were drunk, but I'm not gonna say anything about it. Are you recording right now? You are such a bitch.
It was a lot of trouble getting her there. Getting her in my house. Like, first of all, someone's always home in my house. So I just had to, you know, wait for the perfect day when they were at work or something and, you know, invite her to my house. So I invited her and we did it.
I was at a party, and I hooked up with a girl I never hooked up with before, went upstairs with her, and had sex.
I felt like it was time to take whatever we had a step further, and I had sex.
It wasn't awkward, and it wasn't like, whatever. It wasn't painful or whatever. I didn't have a bad experience. It was just, it was short.
The day that it wasn't like that spectacular because it was just like really quick. And then I was just like, can we do it again? I felt like kind of a part of me, you know, I gave away to somebody and I didn't like that feeling, you know. I was like, damn, you know, it's gone, it's never gonna come back, my virginity, but you know, what happened, it was good, whatever.
When I tell people that I'm a virgin, a lot of the time they don't believe me. Why is it so difficult to believe a 17-year-old girl could be a virgin?
You can't say that you're a virgin. I don't think Patricia is a virgin. I honestly don't think so.
Because I know for a fact every senior I know is not a virgin.
You know, for me, I think I lost my virginity at the perfect age. I lost it at 16, and, you know, you know, pretty much the only reason I like that is because for the rest of my life, when people ask me, when did you lose your virginity, I'm going to be able to say 16. That just seems like the right age for me. Maybe that's because of the media, maybe that's because, you know, that's what movies tell you that that's when you should lose your virginity. And when people who in the movies who haven't lost their virginity yet and they're past 16, those are the kids who are mostly, you know, the loser characters or whatever. And I don't know, I guess nobody really likes to be a loser, including I, so.
Yeah, I definitely feel that there's like a certain age where like once you hit that age, they're like, you haven't done it yet.
The change between childhood and growing up comes so suddenly. It seems like as we get older, our decisions in life become more and more difficult. Only a year or two ago, our biggest decisions were whether to kiss the boy on the cheek or not. Seems like things have certainly come a long way.
I'm still a really big kid, and that's just who I am. But yeah, I definitely don't think my childhood has been destroyed by, you know, having sex and stuff.
Love isn't like the most common thing in the world, and I know that it's hard to come by, and I know it could take a while for me to find somebody that I'm really in love with again, who I'm ready to have sex with. But I mean, I guess I am willing to wait for that, just because I feel like that's how it should be. And I just don't feel like I would be able to give myself up to just anyone.
Man, now I really do wish I waited.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it felt pretty good. I mean, it's a good shirt. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but there's definitely something missing there.
When you have sex, I realize what you lose. You lose your innocence. And, I mean, it's not like this really big thing. It is, but it isn't. Because, yeah, you're losing something, especially something like your whole childhood is basically like innocence. But, I don't know, you just kind of, that's how you grow.
So what do you lose along with your virginity? Maybe you don't lose anything but the title of virgin. And it's really just in that title that your sense of youth and innocence is held. I don't really have a powerful objection to having sex before marriage or anything. I'm just curious as to how things will change for me after I do have sex. I guess I'm just waiting for the right guy to find out what that change is going to be.
In Mexico, a young girl's quinceañera celebrates her coming of age. At 15, filmmaker Liz Mejia shows us the disconnect between her own coming of age and the dark reality of teen pregnancy.
El aplauso, Lizbeth, Mejia, felicidades. Hoy es tu día. Yo creo que debes estar muy contentísima porque son 15 años de vida.
Recently I turned 16. My family had a party for me. In Mexico it's called la quinceañera, when a young girl comes of age. It was so much fun having a party and getting dressed up, and showing everybody I'm not a little girl anymore. But I have friends who have come of age in a different way.
What was your reaction when you found out you were pregnant?
Shock. I was paralyzed. I couldn't move, I couldn't breathe.
I was about to die. I was like nervous and, you know.
What's the relationship with the father?
The relationship with the father is bad. We don't even have a relationship. All we do is really
Before I knew that I was pregnant, it was good. Now he don't want to know nothing about the baby.
He was like, no, I don't want the baby. No, he just started cursing at me. He started calling me all types of names, everything, and then he just walked away. That's the love of my life. I love this boy to death and everything, but he's a jerk. I hate him. He does not give me not even $1. If I have money, he asks me for money. He has money in his pocket and he still asks me for money. He doesn't give me nothing. He doesn't go with me to none of the appointments for nothing. Nothing. I don't even want to sit. I hate him.
Él cree que era mejor abortar que tener un hijo.
What do you think about girls having abortions or the guys making them have one?
I feel the girl should think about that upon themselves. If they feel it's right that they need to have an abortion, then that's them. I don't believe in abortion. I don't think that people should do it.
Ahí poniendo la pareja, su mamá, la señora Lía Pérez.
This is not my father. He's my stepfather. My mom says my real dad didn't want me. I don't even know who my real father is.
¿Cómo se llama tu papá? Se llama Celedonio Martínez. Si yo planeé detenerte a ti, no lo planeado.
¿Qué pasó?
¿Qué pasó para detenerte a ti? Un error de mi vida. El primer problema que hubo fue que tu padre es familiar.
¿Cómo qué?
Un tío.
¿De quién?
Por parte mía.
Yo, cuando te enteraste que estás embarazada, ¿tú pensabas de abortar?
No.
¿Por qué?
Porque nunca había pensado en abortarte.
Life was a real struggle for me and my mom. We never had much money. And after me, she had 2 other children with 2 other fathers. Recently, she left my stepdad. Our lives are rough. I worry about my friends and the decisions they made to keep their kids.
I don't believe in abortion. I don't think that people should do it.
It's like you're killing somebody.
That's killing a child. I don't believe in killing the innocent.
No te puedo describir la alegría que siento, es una emoción muy grande de tener a mi hijo, de saber que soy mamá, es una emoción muy grande que no se puede describir.
Marilyn did not have her baby. Her brother beat her up and she had a miscarriage.
He picked me up, he threw me in the hallway, and he just kept hitting me and hitting me. He just kept hitting me and like, he was crazy. My family got him off of me, but they already knew I was pregnant, but my mother didn't know. I'm like emotionally distracted. I'm a very, very emotional person. I would cry for the littlest things. So when I found out, I went crazy. I didn't want to come home. I didn't want to be nowhere. I just wanted to be alone. I just wanted to be outside, just away from my family, because I didn't want to be around my family at all.
After Marilyn lost her baby, she started sleeping with her boyfriend again without birth control.
Mejia.
Having lived with the consequences of my mother having children as a teenager, I know that's a mistake I will never make.
A lot has changed since Lizbeth made her film 6 years ago. She's gone through some challenges, but now she's working to put herself through college. Recently, she went back to visit one of the subjects of her film to see how she's doing.
Hi. How are you?
The last time I saw Marilyn was when we were 15. She still lives in the projects. She still lives in an apartment with her siblings.
My name is Marilyn, and she interviewed me 6 years ago about teen pregnancy. And 6 years later, I have 2 babies now, a 3-year-old girl and a 2-year-old boy. And it's a little hectic.
You got married?
Yeah, I got married to a girl.
How long ago was this?
2 months ago. I met her through my kid's father. I have a domestic violence case with him. He started abusing me around Thanksgiving of 2006, and he wouldn't let me leave. He locked me in the room. And somebody came into the house, they opened the door, I ran out the house, and I don't know how he found me. He somehow found out that I left, and he caught me by the train station, and he beat me up coming home. and I had to go to the hospital. And this is my baby, Alyssa. Say hi. Say hi.
When we were asking Marilyn that if she had ever seen the film, I was really stunned that she never got to see it until now. What was your reaction when you found out you were pregnant?
Shock.
Wow, I gotta be
paralyzed.
first.
I couldn't move, I couldn't breathe. He doesn't give me nothing. He doesn't go with me to none of the appointments for nothing. Nothing. I don't even want to sit. I hate him.
Halfway through the film, she started crying. And she was telling me that it was bringing back memories of how bad her life really was. Marilyn did not have her baby. Her brother beat her up and she had a miscarriage.
He picked me up, he threw me in the hallway, and he just kept hitting me and hitting me. He just kept hitting me and like, he was crazy. My family got him off of me, but they already knew I was pregnant, but my mother didn't know. It just, it still bothers what my brother did, so. I hate him for that. I can't forgive him for what he did. I really wanted to have that baby. Stop stinking. So, I mean, I love my babies. It's my world, but I still think about how old my child would have been, what would I have, my due date. It still bothers.
The majority of the time when people live in the projects, they never break a pattern. It's like they always say, once you're born in the projects, you die in the projects. I really do have hope for her, for the fact that she has 2 kids. I think that's the only reason why she will actually move on, because of her 2 kids. If it wasn't for her 2 kids, who knows where she would be. I would probably never got in contact with her again. Knowing her lifestyle, she probably would have been a drunk or a drug addict. But I guess she doesn't want that for her kids.
Teen pregnancy impacts more than just young mothers and fathers whose lives are forever changed when they have a baby. In our last film, filmmaker Marco Tepox shows how one girl's family is affected by teenage pregnancy.
Yo me llamo Génesis Matamoros, tengo 17 años, soy de Ecuador. Tengo 5 meses y 3 semanas. Yo me quedé en shock primero, porque tú sabes cuando te dicen que estás embarazada y eso, pero después ya como me sentí alegre porque yo creo que para mí no es como, para mí es algo bonito. No es algo así como que digan que no lo quiero tener y eso.
Entonces ella sale y me dice a mí que ella está embarazada. Yo le digo, ok, ya tú me dijiste, pero él me dice son 2. En ese momento yo me quedé como sorprendido, wow. Yo no podía hablar, yo me quedé como...
Son 2 mellizos, no gemelos, sino mellizos. Pues no fue un error, tampoco fue algo que mi novio y yo planeamos. Nosotros siempre usamos condones, tú sabes, pero el problema es que no sé si se rompió porque nosotros nunca dejamos de usar. Yo dije, bueno, tal vez con condón uno está protegido mejor también. Entonces no se me vino como dije tomar esas pastillas, el plan B y eso.
Yo creo que yo había hablado de sexo con ella y le dije para que se previniera. De que lo iba a hacer, lo iba a hacer. Pero de que ella iba a salir embarazada rápido, no.
¿Usted como a qué edad tuvo su primer hijo?
A los 30 años.
¿Qué quería completar?
Bueno, yo veía las cosas de mis hermanas, que ellas se hicieron jovencitas. Yo quería seguir disfrutando lo que mi papá y mi mamá me podían dar.
No, confianza en todo momento ella ha tenido. Y en ningún momento me siento culpable porque así quiso ella o él también, pero yo quería que suceda, pero después que se me gradúen o que vea como un poquito más la vida, porque está perdiendo infancia.
Cuando yo hablo con mi papá, no es como tanto así como de mujeres ni nada, vamos a hablar así de cosas que pasan. Yo digo, mira papi, me pasó esto, sí, pero no es como tanto que sí, yo estuve con una mujer.
Soy mexicano, mi papá es mexicano, entonces como casi somos conocidos como machistas, entonces que más las mujeres tienen que estar más en la casa y no hacer cosas malas como los hombres, y los hombres somos más libres de tener sexo, beber, y las mujeres no se les ve bien a ellas, es lo que dicen mi papá.
Lo primero que me va a decir, él no me va a decir nada malo, sino yo le digo y él me va a aconsejar, ¿me entiendes? Él me va a decir, bueno, ahora tú tienes que hacerte responsable, buscarte un trabajo porque tú tienes una nena embarazada, tú vas a tener que hacer algo con tu vida.
Es un problema demasiado así estresante, solo pensar que en el momento que te vayas a mudar no tienes trabajo, no tienes dinero para mudarte, no tienes dinero para comprar las cosas necesarias. Es bien frustrante. Es como la madre dice que los va a cuidar y todo, pues hay momentos que no lo va a poder hacer. Entonces yo tengo que tener por lo menos un plan como, si ya no los puede cuidar, obligatoriamente, si ella quiere seguir trabajando, uno va a tener que dejar un daycare.
Yo soy un padre actualizado. En todo momento la estoy apoyando. En todo momento hay que apoyarla hasta el último. Y en mi país, digamos, es difícil que una chica, digamos, tienen ese tema de que como sale embarazada, ya esa chica la marginan, no los padres, porque viene ahí el machismo. Entonces, mi cultura no me da para no apoyarla, y tengo que apoyarla, porque esa es mi cultura.
Y es un gran consejo para mí lo que Génesis me ha dado. Y bueno, yo creo que debería yo cuidarme, seguir estudiando, prepararme para ser alguien en la vida. Pues eso, seguir los pasos, pero no ahora quedarme embarazada, sino ya cogí el consejo de mi hermana lo que pasó con ella.
Si yo entro al college ahora va a ser mucha presión, tener que estudiar, tener que trabajar. Entonces lo que primero quiero hacer es establecerme, conseguir un trabajo, saber dónde voy a vivir con ella y los niños, y después el tiempo que me sobra, quiero ir a la universidad porque eso es lo que tengo planeado.
En agosto salgo del high school. En septiembre o antes de septiembre, como el último final del mes de agosto, yo tal vez ya tenga a los dos babies. Ya de ahí tengo que reposar como 40 días, tú sabes, de lo de embarazo y eso. Entonces de ahí yo quiero ver que ellos estén un poquito grandes, no como de un año, sino siquiera como de sus 4 o 5 meses. Y de ahí yo comenzar a trabajar. Y después ahí como, ya para el otro año sí, ir a college. No estoy segura como en qué mes, pero ya ir a college el año que viene.
A su yerno y a Génesis.
Bueno, el futuro de mi yerno, él tiene que aprender de la vida. Mi hija tiene que aprender de la vida. Mis nietos tienen que aprender de la vida. Pero ¿sabe cuándo aprendemos de la vida? Nunca vamos a aprender de la vida.
Uno aprende también de los hijos. De los hijos se aprende mucho. Aprender a ser igual que ellos, estar en la misma edad de ellos. Y quererlos porque los hijos es lo más grande que Dios le da a uno.
That's it for this week. Join us next time for more unfiltered voices of Brooklyn youth on Real Works.